Oklahomans have always had a pioneering spirit. From the Oklahoma Land Run of 1889 to the innovativeness that runs deep in today's communities, the trailblazing spirit of Oklahomans never rests. The ability to innovate and push boundaries continues to be reflected in modern times, especially as OneNet celebrates its 20th anniversary in 2016.
OneNet was established in 1996 with the primary objective of connecting schools and libraries throughout the entire state. But Oklahoma has a large number of rural communities, and this has presented a challenge. But we've been able to work through a public-private relationship in order to identify cost-effective solutions to get these communities with internet connectivity.
The reach of OneNet is comprehensive, and it provides that linkage, which is vital in today's educational system. It's certainly vital in our business and commerce sector, and OneNet provides great access in that way.
One of the first schools connected through OneNet in the spring of 1996 was Woodward Public Schools. Connecting this rural school to the internet was a challenge, but it's one Superintendent Kyle Reynolds gladly took on.
I remember well that we had gotten this grant for a T1 line, and we were very excited to get on the internet. Some of us had dial-up internet at home, and so when this opportunity came around, a friend of mine and I actually met the OneNet guys at Woodward on a Saturday, and we paid for McDonald's for lunch because they came up and helped us physically run the copper wire from the point of entry to our server room to hook up that initial T1 line.
The server room looks a little different now than it did 20 years ago, but its importance is still the same. As OneNet has grown, the school has too.
We've been, I feel like, very blessed and fortunate that OneNet has grown with us, that we've gone from that single T1. After a couple of years, we doubled the T1, and now today we're at a 500 megabit connection for the district. Today, everything that we do in the classroom and everything we do from our business operations hinges on reliable internet. Our students have to have access to the outside world for meaningful education opportunities.
Meaningful educational opportunities are just one of the many values OneNet holds.
OneNet has several values that we are proud to promote. The basic one is to advance technology throughout the entire state of Oklahoma. The second one is driven by our customer relationship engagements. We are focused on providing the very best engagement and experience that the schools, libraries, and communities can possibly have.
Bleed. Today I bleed. Yesterday I bled. Nice job.
These meaningful experiences have allowed OneNet to serve hundreds of the state's K-12, higher education, healthcare, state and local government, research centers, libraries, and nonprofit organizations, no matter what area of the state.
Everyone throughout the state, whether you live in the smallest community in the rural areas to the most dense population in the urban areas, everyone deserves the same access to technology.
What began as a distance learning network has now become the most advanced network in the state. The upgrades that have been deployed over the last several years have allowed OneNet to offer a more robust and reliable service to the thousands of Oklahomans we connect.
OneNet's mission is actually very well supported by staying ahead of the curve on the technology that is needed by our customers. Very often, our staff, our leadership in OneNet does a really good job of even knowing what our customers are going to need or even foresee their problems before our customers are ever even aware of them.
Staying true to our mission is one of the most important pieces of OneNet. Just as important is meeting the needs of the variety of organizations we serve, including healthcare. Integris Telespeech gives students in rural Oklahoma opportunities they have never seen before.
We provide real-time speech therapy services to schools in rural Oklahoma using the ITV video conferencing systems. We've been doing it since 1999, and since then we have worked with almost 20 different school districts within the state of Oklahoma.
Not only do these services provide cost savings for school districts, but it also strengthens the education of Oklahoma's future generation.
Communication is the essence of life, right? So we see all of the kids that are unable to communicate within their school to be able to enhance their education. Good connectivity is very important. To hear that S sound, we have to make sure we have a crisp, clear connection. To be able to see how the child is moving their lips and tongue and teeth and jaw, we have to have a good video connection. We zoom right in as close as we can get to the kids, so we have to have a nice, pure picture to be able to do that without a lot of pixelation or distortions in the sound quality.
OneNet's high-speed connectivity has expanded in recent years thanks to the Oklahoma Community Anchor Network, also known as OCAN. OCAN is more than 1,000 miles of fiber across the state that delivers high-speed connectivity into rural Oklahoma, and it could not operate without community anchor institutions. One of those vital community anchors is Carl Albert State College.
Our mission is to provide affordable, accessible, exceptional education that fosters student success. And OneNet supporting us, especially as an anchor institution, having that fiber come through and providing that broadband access allows us to meet students where they are in a technology format. So whether that's video, audio, PowerPoint presentations, online, asynchronous education, that bandwidth that came to us working with OneNet allows us to provide affordable, accessible, exceptional education.
In supporting Carl Albert State College and its mission, OneNet is able to reach a diverse group of Oklahomans.
We recently received an ASNATI grant that allows us to work with our Native American individuals within our community. What that's going to allow us to do is we're going to now be able to have synchronous counseling sessions with our Native American students to provide a retention service for them.
Retention and ensuring students complete their degree is critical to Carl Albert State College. As the college grows and expands, meeting students' needs remain a top priority.
Having that flexibility for growth and experimentation and providing online courses is critical for us to do that. I mean, we just couldn't do it without that support with OneNet. You get those students through graduation. I mean, you're not just changing that initial individual's life, you're really changing generations of individuals and families. So you're really having quite an impact if you can successfully navigate those students through technology.
Helping colleges like Carl Albert State College navigate students through technology requires OneNet to stay ahead of the technological curve through the most robust network in the state.
And OneNet is always on the cutting edge in terms of the latest in technology and provides that to all of our educational providers at a very affordable cost. I want to congratulate OneNet on 20 years of service. It's been a great partnership, and I think everyone affiliated with OneNet should feel very good about where we are today. It's an exciting time, and certainly I want to take this opportunity as the Chancellor of Higher Education to thank those that work with OneNet, to thank all of our partners with OneNet for what has been a great 20 years.
The same spirit of innovation that OneNet was founded upon 20 years ago will continue to propel us as we move toward the future.